Okay, conditional probability is again the thing that you want to compute the probability of something uh, given some information about that event. Okay, so for example, if you flip three coins and there are 8 possible outcomes, you get a peek at first coin and you see that it's tail. Okay, um, now और बाकी के बारे में आपको नहीं पता. Okay, and you now want to compute the probability that what's the probability that you have 3 heads. Okay, originally this probability was 1/8. Okay, but now you are 100% sure that this is 0, right? If I tell you that the first coin is a tail, okay, first coin is tails, you know that you can't have three heads. Okay, this probability becomes 0. So if the events are not independent, the probability of one event tells you something about occurrence of other event. Okay, तो इस तरह
Yes, sir.
प्रोबेबिलिटी को कंप्यूट करने का एक तरीका है हमारे पास, और वो सिंपली ये है कि प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए, एंड दैट्स हाउ वी राइट इट, गिवन, इस लाइन का मतलब है इसको हम वी रीड इट एज गिवन बी. Okay, what it means is you want to compute the probability of a, but you are told already that event b occurs. Okay, so this is how you read it. It's the probability of a given event b. Okay, so it's equal to their common intersection की जो probability है divided by the probability of b. Okay, so it's equal to the probability of a intersection b divided by the probability of b. Note that this is not equal to probability of a intersection b divided by probability of a. Okay, which would be the probability of b given a. Okay, so it's not a sort of a symmetric operation. Probability of a given b is not always equal to the probability of b given a. Okay, there's a question: what if the events a and b are independent? Then what is probability of a given b?
Then it would not affect.
Yeah, in that case, we would expect that this would come out to be just the probability of
Probability of
a.
A.
Yeah, and let's see.
Because
So
yes,
जब ये independent है तो उस केस में probability of A intersection B is just probability of A
product of
times probability of B, okay, and
over
divided by probability of B.
cancel and
So this formula gives us that in the
Probability of A.
case that two events are independent, probability of A given B is just the probability of A. Okay,
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Here's an example. You have a bit string of length 4 generated uniformly. What is the probability that it contains at least 2 consecutive zeros, given that its first bit is 0? Cool. So X is a 4-bit string. Okay. और आपके पास event है A, which is probability that it contains at least 2 consecutive zeros. At least 2 consecutive. What is wrong with my pen today? 2 consecutive zeros. मैं marker use कर रहा हूँ आज. Okay, better now. Okay, so A is the event that at least 2 consecutive zeros are there, and B is the event B. The first bit is 0. Okay. We assume that zeros and ones are equally likely. Okay, so now you want to compute. So ये आपको बता दिया गया है. Okay, someone told you that the first bit is 0, and now they want you to compute the probability that there are 2 consecutive zeros. Okay, let's go back. हमने यहाँ पे कुछ थोड़ा सा काम इसमें किया हुआ है. So मुझे ये पता है कि the sample space का जो size है वो 16 है. um, probability of B मेरे पास क्या है? Remember, B is the event that first bit is 0. Okay, so what's the probability of B?
1/8.
Yeah, it's 8 over 16. ये हमने किया. There are 8 possible strings, so it's 1 over 2. And the second case is the probability of A, which is in the event A was at least 2 or 3, at least 2 consecutive
2.
zeros.
Consecutive
Okay,
zero.
yeah, at least 2 consecutive zeros. Okay, so how can I get 2 consecutive zeros? I could get it. Let me make down the strings जिसमें we have more than 2 consecutive zero. Okay, so I have 0 0 0. I have 0 0 0 1, and then I have 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1 1, and there are going to be 0 1 0 0. All of them are consecutive zeros. Okay,
So
0.
repeated. No, sir.
um
Okay, okay.
सर सिर्फ 111 में नहीं होगा कंसेक्यूटिव जीरो, बाकी सब में तो होगा.
नहीं देखिए
एंड
अब इसमें नहीं है
1010 में भी नहीं होगा
ना.
हाँ.
So इसमें नहीं है. Okay, let's see. So let me try to make it. उसके बाद I can have a 1 and then I have 3 zeros and 1, and I can have a 1 and 00 1 0 1
Sir, it's 6 combinations
6.
that have a consecutive zero. Yeah.
But I have more than 6 here, right? 1 2 3 5 6
8.
7 8 9 or 8.
Yeah,
There
8.
are 8,
8,
I think
sorry.
there are.
Yeah, 8.
Okay. Let me just try to make sure that it's not more than 8. Um, mm, okay. Okay. I think this is probably 8. Let's try to argue it. I think ऐसा जो कह रहा था वो हमें शायद अब करना ही पड़ेगा. So here's the thing. I have this consecutive 0. ये कहीं पे आएगा. Okay. इसके अलावा मेरे पास 2 बिट्स हैं. X and Y. I don't care कि वो क्या है. Okay. X and Y के लिए मेरे पास जो number of choices हैं वो हैं 4.
2.
4, right? For X I
हाँ.
have 2 options. For Y I
Yes,
have
sir.
2 options,
Okay,
right?
okay, yeah.
Okay. And now I can have um, okay. No, it's not gonna work. So the thing is हम over counting कर रहे होंगे. So I was thinking that now I could
Reverse
think of
repetition.
placing 0 maybe. So 0 could be go like this, okay? Or I could have X. So this 0 means double zeros, okay? I should put double 0 here. Y, or I could have X Y double 0. Okay, so that was all possible combination. The thing is इस केस में हम double counting कर रहे होंगे
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि it's possible कि X भी 0 है ना. तो उस केस में यहाँ पे जो double 0 I'm counting it here as well. So that's a double counting. Is there another way to do this? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna quit. So I'm assuming this is it. Let's just go through it once more. You have triple, all zeros, 3 zeros.
3 zeros and a 1.
So whenever you have a
Zeros.
3 0, you will always have a consecutive 0, right?
Yes.
So 3 zeros वाले आपके
Sir,
पास
I made all 8 combinations there. All 16 combinations. There are a total of 8.
Okay.
that have
Okay.
repeated zeros. Yeah.
Okay, great. So the probability of A is 8 over 16. Okay. And what's the probability of, what do I want? What was I doing? I was trying to compute the probability of A given B. So I'm trying to compute the probability of A given B. Okay. और मैंने इसके लिए करना क्या है? I need probability of A intersection B and I need probability of B. Okay. What's the probability of A intersection B?
1/2.
All I need is you need the events in here which start with a 0. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Okay. So it's 5 over 16.
Yes.
This implies that the probability of A given B is 5 over 16 divided by, what was it? What was probability of B?
It was
1 by
16.
2.
16
by 8.
over 8. Okay, so 5 over 8 is the probability that I would get consecutive 0 if the first bit is a 0. Okay.
Yes,
So a
sir.
bit sort of laborious, but you need to do it. You need to follow this method. Okay, that's that. Let's see if we have any other example. A pair of dice is rolled in a remote location, and when you ask an honest observer whether at least one dice came up 6, this honest observer answers in the affirmative. Okay, so you know that at least one die came 6. What's the probability that the sum of the numbers that came up on the two dice is 7? Given the information that one of the die is 6. All right. So here's your experiment. Your experiment is that use a different color. You have two dice. What do I know? I know the event that one die is 6. Okay, and I want to compute the probability that sum is equal to 7, right? This was it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's call this event B. B is the event that the sum of the two dice is 7. What do you guys think should this probability be? I'm gonna write down your guess and we'll talk about it later. So I want to
So
We
compute the
need
total,
probability that
the
B
total number
given
of
A.
options we have for the sum, and
Yeah,
then
total number of options
basically,
are 36, I think, right?
yeah.
There are 36 possible things that you can get when you roll two dice. What do you think would this probability? We'll just solve it, okay, using our formula, but what do you guys think should be the probability? So I want my sum to be equal to 7, and I know one of the dice is 6.
Sir, 36 तो permutations होंगी, right? But
So there are
we are
36
looking at
possible, ना? देखो,
yes,
मेरे
36
पास,
possible sums.
so
Yeah.
we have one die, die 1, die 2, and you have all these 36 possibilities you can get. So you can get 1 1, you can get 1 2, you can get 1 3, you can get 1 4, you can get 1 5, 1 6, you can get 2 1, you can get 2 2, you can get 2 3, you can get 2 4, 2 5, 2 6, and so on. Okay, that's it. Or lastly, you have option to get a
Sir,
6 6, 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6. Yeah.
Sir, I was thinking that like when we are looking for the probability of getting a specific sum, should we not be considering the options we have for a sum to occur instead of like considering the different options we have for the numbers that appear on a dice?
Yes,
For that
exactly
particular
that.
event, you should, right? But your sample space is everything, right? The sample space contains everything that can happen in that experiment.
So like the sample space can have repetitions as well.
Uh, no, no repetitions.
So if we are considering the probability for getting a sum that is equal to 7,
Yeah.
then we are making the sample space that is 36.
Yes.
But
Yes, जब
why?
we should look at all sums from.
So the
Yeah,
thing is, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that our
yeah,
sample space should be uh, 2 to 12, right? That's what you're saying.
yeah, yeah.
Um, there is a way to solve this using that as well. Okay, उस approach से भी आप इसको कर सकते हैं. लेकिन it's so the thing is उस case में you don't know कि events आपके uniform है या नहीं. Okay, how do you know that the probability of getting a 2 is same as the probability of getting 3? It's not actually, right? But इस केस में आपके लिए सॉल्व करना थोड़ा सा आसान इसलिए होगा कि all of these events are equally likely. Okay, all of these outcomes are have equal
Okay.
1 over 36 probability. Okay, but you can solve it using that method as well. वो भी आप कर सकते हैं. All right. Okay. So I was asking for guesses. What do you guys think should be probability of B given A?
1 out of 6, I think.
I wanted you guys to say this because it's not this, okay? So
It's
that's why
one
I
by
was asking you to make a guess. But let's go and compute it, okay? So the probability of B given A is the probability of A intersection B divided by the probability of A, okay? So let's compute the probability of A. What's the event A? A is the event that one die is 6. What is the probability of that?
1/6. Oh, sorry.
Whoa, whoa,
So
whoa,
we
whoa,
like
whoa.
use this same formula twice in the same question. First for the sum
7.
and then for the question.
Uh, uh, so हम एक दफा ही कर रहे हैं उसको. So we are computing
Like a
probability of A and then we're
probability
computing.
of getting the sums 7 when one of the dice is 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the probability that one of the die is 6? The dice is a 6.
3 out of 36, that is 1 out of 12.
No.
Oh, actually, no, that is
It's
not.
by 30.
Let me see.
What? What
We
is the
can look at the
probability
table.
that one of the die is a 6?
11 out of 36
1
because
by 6. 1 by 6.
6 plus.
It's not 1 by 6, it's 11 by 36. There are
Oh, okay.
11 things in here in which there is a 6 on one die, on at least one die, okay? So you can get 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6, 5 6, 4 6, 3 6, 2 6, 1 6. These are the 11 possible outcomes so that one of the die contains 6. At least one of the die contains 6. Okay, so this is what we wanted to compute. Each one of them is equally likely. There are 36 possible outcomes. So the probability of A is 11 over 36. Not so intuitive now, is it? So what's the
No.
probability of A intersection B? That one of the die is a 6 and the sum is 7.
That's 2 by 36, considering 1 6 or 6 1.
Yeah. So there are two possible places in this whole table where I have a 6 and the sum is 7. Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. Anas? Okay, so there are 2 over 36. Probability of intersection B is 2 over 36. Great. So we are done now. The probability of B given
2 by
A
11.
is 2 by 36 times 36 by 11, which is 2 by 11. Okay. It's slightly more than 1 over 6. Okay. And why is that? Because the thing is, ये वाला जो इवेंट है ना, ये वाला इवेंट आप डबल काउंट करें तो यू वुड गेट 1 over 6. Okay, so but this only occurs once. इस वजह से इस इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी ज़्यादा हो जाती है. Okay, ये 2 दफ़ा होता तो you would have 12 possible outcomes and you were good in 2 of them. Okay, great. I would recommend you guys to think of more problems on 2 dice. Okay, इस तरह की और उनकी conditional probability compute करने की कोशिश करें. All right, I'm gonna move ahead unless there are any questions. I'm gonna skip this part B question, okay? But I would recommend कि आप इसको कर लें. Suppose that the observer tells you that at least one die came of 5 instead of 6. Okay. Now what's the probability that the sum is 7? All right. Bernoulli
It
trial.
is it is the same
Okay.
as for 6.
Okay. I'm not neither gonna say yes or no. Okay.